American barbecue has taken over Australia. Everyone wants to cook low and slow. And believe me, it is a really nice way to cook. Well, I'll show you how to do it in a regular oven, and it is really easy to do. The first thing you need to do is pop down and see Peter and ask for a brisket. I've got a whole brisket here, and of course you can get it cut into a smaller piece, but why would you? Cook the whole piece, believe me, it'll be well worth it. Now this is a nice piece and it'll feed 20 people. The beauty of it is that this is cheap enough to be able to feed a family without breaking the budget, and that's important to me. Now what we need to do now is season it up, and you can season it up with just salt and pepper, and you need a lot of salt and pepper to make it tasty. The salt brings out the flavour and makes it delicious. Now the other thing we need is pepper as well, plenty of pepper on there, and that makes it nice and tasty. Now we can just stop there, but if you want to add a little bit more flavour, you can of course get a nice dry barbecue rub. Peter's got a lovely one there. This one's got a little bit of chili in it and it is delicious. Now the trick with cooking brisket is to cook it nice and low and slow. So all that delicious fat melts into the muscle fibres that makes it delicious. I've got plenty of foil laid out on my bench here and baking paper on top of it. I grab my brisket like this and then flip it over. And then of course you get to season the other side. Now the trick with doing a brisket is time. You need lots of time. If I was going to feed people at 6 o'clock in the afternoon, I would make sure this is in the oven at 10 o'clock in the morning. And that way when it comes out, it'll be cooked to perfection. Now all you need to do is fold up the sides of your brisket. At the start, I just like to keep the top of it open. Grab it like this and then slide it into your baking tray. I keep the top of it open so that the meat caramelizes on the outside and crisps up beautifully. And then about 3 hours in the cooking, I fold the foil over the top of it to let it cook nice and gently, and all the moisture stays in there. This is going to be delicious. This will feed a lot of people and it will taste fantastic. 8 hours of cooking and I have one of the most delicious meals you could possibly imagine. But this is the most important thing. If you undercook your brisket, it's going to be tough as nails and you don't want to serve that. This is all you need to do. It's just a matter of just pulling apart a few pieces like this with 2 forks, and you can see it just comes apart beautifully. This is a guaranteed crowd pleaser. And one of the things that I want to show you here, this dark bit on the outside, we call that the bark. This is the bit that everyone goes for. It's the tastiest bit, the crust, the flavour, the salt, everything on it. All you need to do is serve it up with a little salsa like this, just to give it some colour. Have a look at that, moist, delicious, smells fantastic. That is really, really good. I don't think I'm going to feed 20 people. I'll keep this for myself.